been doing this for a very long time. He has this down to a T,
I want to take time and recognize someone who I had mentioned in the cage earlier. He just called our last bout, and 3 weeks ago, our hometown hero, our Detroit superstar, Mr. Darren Cruikshank, fought in the UFC against Esther Evans, who has been in. What's up? Eves Edwards, tomato, tomato. But Eves Edwards, somebody who has truly been in the UFC since 2001. Darren's been in the UFC for 1 year, comes in kicking the door down on him, and comes home with a big victory for the D 3 weeks ago. Big round of applause for our Detroit superstar, Darren Cruikshank. That was UFC 8. Doing great, climbing his way up the ladder. Thank you very much, Darren. We're happy to have you here. We're honored to have you here. And our ref for us. Continuing with our next fight of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for George Simos.
George seems to have a couple fans with him.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe the 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu gym out in Troy is actually his gym. And he's trained with the likes of Ben Lagman, Eladai Cleveland. He's got a record of 4-0. Got a Muay Thai background, and obviously training at a 10th Planet school. He's got a BJJ background, so it'll be interesting to see how he approaches this fight.
I'm definitely expecting to see a lot of rubber guard.
You know, that's something that's rarely utilized in the mixed martial arts context. You see some guys attempting to play it, but it's one of those things like anything. You got to put the time in, otherwise it's not going to be effective and you're going to get smashed. Few guys, like I mentioned earlier, Shinya Aoki, even BJ Penn has played around with it. But I believe once you've actually mastered the system, you can apply it depending on the situation, be extremely effective with it. So we'll see we get to be treated to a little rubber guard today.
Absolutely. Little Eddie Bravo, 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu.
Eddie Bravo, one of the geniuses inside of the jiu-jitsu circuit. It's actually going to be grappling against Hoyler Gracie.
The rematch.
And Metamorphs 3. That should be extremely interesting. Simos looks in great shape. He's got a great crowd behind him.
Introducing to you his opponent. Please put your hands together for Zacc Palmer.
All right, we got Zacc Palmer from the Scorpion Fighting Systems. You know, this is very interesting. We got a 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu versus Scorpion Fighting Systems. Two very well-known jiu-jitsu schools.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because both guys, you have Palmer coming in at 3-0, fighting out of Hull under the likes of James Gray. Simos at 4-0. Both guys are, in many ways, a mirror image of one another, so it'll be interesting to see if we have a little bit of a chess match on the ground.
Or it could go the other way and just have a stand-up war.
Either way, we'll be entertained.
Most definitely.
Yeah, you see the venue was packed full of people wearing the Martial Arts Unlimited T-shirts representing George Simos, the 10th Planet School out in Troy, Michigan. He's got a lot of people out here supporting him. Palmer looks in good shape. He looks ready to go.
Oh, he's definitely looking like he's ready to get across that cage.
Both of these guys are huge 145ers. Palmer's a 6'4" 45er. Simos is nearly 6 foot at 5'11".
Located with their booth in the back.
Very
nice
long.
Setup.
That length is very beneficial in jiu-jitsu.
He'll hook you up, give it a shot that you want with New Breed Nutrition. Introducing your fighters. First, fighter to my right. Tonight, he is out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks, trimmed in bad boy white. He comes to us at exactly 6 feet tall, weighing in at 145 pounds, putting his impressive, undefeated 3-0 record on the line. On behalf of James Gray, Scorpion Fighting Systems, here is Zacc Palmer. His opponent across the cage, man to my left. Tonight, he is out of the red corner, wearing the red, white, and blue trunks. He comes to us at 5 feet 11 inches tall. He too weighing 145 pounds, putting his 4-0 record on the line here tonight. Training with Martial Arts Unlimited, with Von Raymond, here is George Simos! Say hello to Amanda, your referee in time.
Simos has a huge crowd behind him. Lots of people showed out to support him.
You know, it's always good to have a good fan base like that. You know, it gives you a little more drive, a little more umph, you know.
Most definitely. You feel like you're fighting for something more than just yourself.
These boys look like they want to get at it. Very nice.
At the same time, having such a huge fan base can also be a double-edged sword because the pressure of trying, jumps guard. The pressure of trying to impress so many people, to live up to so many people's expectations can be overwhelming at times.
I agree, you know, but I've always been the thing, you know, you need to live up to your own expectations in life, not everybody else's, you know, and
that's what makes you all day, Murray.
You know. But I want to touch on that is the second Scorpion Fighting System guy I've seen pull guard today, you know, and that is how confident they are with their guards in the jiu-jitsu, you know, and
big left hand. Palmer dropped Simos.
He needs to stay busy right here. He needs to stay busy. Simos looks like he recovered pretty quick. Looks like he's okay now.
That was a big shot, though. Let's see if Simos works some of that rubber guard from his back and attempts to attack.
You know, if I was Palmer right now, knowing that I dropped him with that punch, I will try to break that guard and get back to my feet and try to finish in this.
Most definitely. You got a guy hurt. You want to capitalize on it. But at the same time, you don't want to get too overzealous and exert so much energy that you, if you don't finish the fight, you're SOL.
Well, definitely, you know, but like you don't ever want to play in a guard with somebody from 10th Planet. You know, you want to. Obviously, he had good success on his feet, so I had to keep it there.
Most definitely. But I think Palmer, you know, training with the likes of James Gray, he's been in this position, but he looks like he's being threatened with a triangle armbar combo right here.
He needs to not let
triangle. That's deep.
He needs not let Simons get any space right here. He needs to stack him.
That's deep. Underhooks the leg. That's deep. That's a deep triangle.
This fight might be over. Wow.
Palmer trying to strike, but that's so deep. You know, when you get off to that angle and you get that deep bite, what Simos needs to do is get off into that angle, that perpendicular angle, and finish using big, strong muscles. Staying square, which the ways, you know, the triangle's traditionally taught, it's effective, but if he can get off to that angle, I guarantee he'll finish it.
I agree 100%, but Palmer, man, kudos.
He's out.
Wow.
That was a deep triangle when he got out. Impressive.
That wasn't very smart. You need to keep those underhooks and go for a sweep.
It helps when you have James Gray triangling you on a regular basis, you know?
I would not want to get caught in that triangle choke. Actually, I think I might have.
Big shots from Simos. Oh, big right hand. Effective ground and pound. Oh, nice armbar attempt.
Very nice grappling first round. Wow.
Excellent first round.
Very exciting.
Simos got dropped and then got close to getting finished and then came close to finishing the fight. Back and forth action.
So, I mean, who'd you get that round to? You know, the fact that Palmer did drop Simos?
It's so tough. It's a coin flip at that point because you had Simos getting dropped, and then at the same time you had Palmer in a deep triangle that was, you know, equivalent of the same thing. Both guys came close to finishing the fight. I feel like both guys had remotely the same amount of control. You know, I almost want to call it a 10-10.
You know, but good thing that's not possible. But that's why I talk behind the mic, because I don't want to judge, and I don't want to be put in situations to do this.
Yeah, it's easy to play, you know, Monday chair quarterback, but I would not want to be one of these judges, especially in a fight this close. It's so difficult to call.
I agree with you on that one.
And it comes back to our point about the importance of finishing fights and not letting judges dictate if you win or lose.
Oh, yeah, I've seen some awful decisions in my day. I mean, some god-awful decisions. You know, and these fighters have been working very hard. Nice inside leg kick. Nice. It just seems like,
nice left hand again.
Palmer definitely has a striking advantage, it seems like, in this fight. He looks way more crisp.
Yeah, more explosive, a little bit more power behind his shots.
Not taking anything away from George either. You know, George does have a decent, solid stand-up.
Oh. Be careful coming in with those hands down. Keeping the pressure on, though. Both guys going for broke. Excellent fight. Again with that left hand. Palmer's landing now 3 times with that left hand down the pipe, countering Simos as he comes in.
Nice sprawl by Simos. He gets his head on the outside and pulling guard again. Simos does not want to go to the ground.
Palmer seems like he's beginning to faint a little bit. Simos still shooting strong. I think this gas tank, the longer this fight goes on, the longer it's going to factor in.
Yeah, Palmer's definitely fading quickly here.
Deep breath, his mouth is open. Simos still sees the Happus bearings about him, stalking. That was a deep shot, but he's struggling to finish it.
Right here, being as tired as Palmer is, we got a good body lock in. I would be breathing right now, relaxing, just kind of putting pressure on him, wearing Simos out, but also resting at my own pace.
Yeah, you want to make your opponent carry your body weight. Make them carry that burden as opposed to you doing so. Except good control from here, good knees from here.
I do believe that, Zacc should try securing a takedown right here to win this round because he may need it for the third,
Most definitely. He's working. I don't know how much explosion he has left to put Simos on his back.
He needs to do a big step and scoop. He's going to take down. I just caught a glimpse of a UFC or a Michigan MMA Hall of Famer. We got Mr. James Lee, UFC and Pride veteran, sitting over there cage side.
We have a star-studded audience with some of the best in mixed martial arts. We have Darren Cruikshank, Ben Lagerman, Brett the Grim Rogers, James Lee. A lot of people came out to see this card, and it's a testament to Mike Pedinelli, matchmaker, laying out this excellent fight card. 15 strong bites, six title fights. People want to see this, and it's shown in the crowd.
Almost definitely. Michigan MMA has so much to offer. And a lot of people don't give us credit, because we're unsanctioned. But if you look at it, we've produced some very, very talented fighters out there.
Most definitely, and with organizations like WXC, it's going to continue to contribute to the credibility of Michigan, to the credibility of Michigan's amateur mixed martial arts scene. It's going to open doors for a lot of these amateur fighters who are trying to make a career out of this, and this is the perfect platform to make that jump.
Oh, most definitely, and it's fighters, like you said, it's like leagues like the WXC, Prison City Fight League, TXC, TWC. It's quality promotions like that put forth that extra effort to give us these quality shows, give these fighters something knowledgeable to fight on, a good stage to fight on, opposed to these small rinky-dink shows,
Most definitely, you have the importance of the organization, but let's give it up also for these fans, these individuals who came out to support their relatives, their friends, their training partners. We have a lively crowd who's had the pleasure of seeing 6 great bouts thus far. Ooh, Palmer slips. Uh-oh.
You know,
Could be trouble.
It all starts
Ooh,
with the
nice
fans.
body
you know?
shots.
It all starts with the fans. You know, I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for my support group. You know, I have great people following me. You know, pushing me. You know, every step of the way. So it all starts with the fans.
Simos is wearing Palmer down. Vicious knees.
For being in a lower amount of fights, these two are very, very talented, very seasoned. You know, that's the crazy thing about, you know, MMA is how it evolves. You know, you see fighters with 3 or 4 fights looking like they've had 20 multiple fights. You know, looking better than some pro fighters. You know.
And you know, like you said, it's a testament to the evolution of the sport. I can remember back in the mid 90s to the late 90s, you know, fighters are extremely one-dimensional. The fact of the matter is, this is mixed martial arts. Mixed martial arts. You can't just be a one-dimensional fighter, because sooner or later you're going to run into a guy who's going to best you, and it's going to force you to adapt or become extinct, like everything that fails to evolve.
Most definitely. Like I said, it's an evolving sport, and you got to evolve with it. You know.
Not only is a sport evolved, but the particular disciplines within the sport. You look at, like, you know, Muay Thai 10 years ago and its application in a mixed martial arts context to now. Look at Jiu-Jitsu 10 years ago to its application now. The particular disciplines within the sport have evolved.
Most definitely. I read an article online the other day talking about how, you know, Jiu-Jitsu is fading in MMA. I mean, I can't disagree, you know, anymore, because, you know, Jiu-Jitsu hasn't gone anywhere. It's just evolved that everybody is canceling each other out. You know, it's still there. It's the fact that everybody cancels each other out.
My personal opinion is that so many people have been forced to learn jiu-jitsu because they know how effective it is, and you have guys that have become good enough in it where they can neutralize it from the top. But even with that being said, you run into there with a killer like a Damian Maia, you run into there with a killer like a Jake Shields, Shinya Aoki, a BJ Penn when he was in his prime. They have the tendency to still be able to finish you regardless of your talent. But I think it was showcased when you seen like a Haja Gracie fighting Tim Kennedy, that a lot of these guys have caught up in terms of their understanding of jiu-jitsu and its application in mixed martial arts.
Most definitely, you know, and there it is.
Another, you know what, Drew, we're being treated to some excellent fights thus far. 6 down.
I feel like I should be paying them for letting me come watch these fights.
You know, 6 down, 9 to go. Hey, and here's the tipper. We haven't even got to any of the title fights yet.
Oh my gosh, and we haven't got to even to our qualifier fights yet. You know, we got Keith Bullock versus Jerome Otler.
That's sure to be a quality fight. Both guys are veterans. Both guys have been in their top competitions, have fought against championship level caliber fighters. Both guys are
champions.
Both guys are extremely athletic, so that'll be another treat for the fans at home.
Our judges have came to a unanimous decision here for a score of 29-28 for your winner, George Simos!
Simos with a unanimous decision, 29-28. I'm going to have to agree with that decision.
And look at that sportsmanship. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what it's about. That's what it's all about.